CVM News at 7 Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, defamation lawsuit filed against Dr. Christopher Tufton. Toll rates set to increase on Saturday, August 23. No ID? No problem. Citizens can still vote September 3. In Tech Pulse, AI-driven tech boosting global birth rate. And in sports, Jamaica Reggae Girls drawn in Group B of CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers.
Should critical illness strike, don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure. Live easy.
Everybody out. Fried chicken with a pre-bucket for the crew. Share a bucket together. Everybody go live. Spicy original when we online. Bucket together to the new dance craze. Taste explosion bursting with flames. When we a bucket together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment you share is finger licking good. Bucket together, come and we bucket together.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
The Jamaica Labour Party is doing more for your safety. Over the past 9 years, we've delivered the lowest murder rate in 30 years. We've strengthened our police force, and we've delivered landmark programs like the first government-run domestic violence shelters. The JLP is doing more for you, and we're not done yet. Proven results means peace of mind. Choose a safer Jamaica. Put your ex beside the bell.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
CVM News at 7 Headlines Thursday, brought to you by Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Thursday, August 21, 2025. Thanks for having joined us. I'm Nika Lewis. Ongoing tensions between the two major political parties ahead of the general election have taken a legal twist. Lawyers representing former cabinet minister and King's Counsel K.D. Knight have officially filed a defamation lawsuit in the Supreme Court against JLP campaign chairman Dr. Christopher Tufton. It stems from an allegedly doctored audio clip played at the JLP mass rally in Halfway Tree recently, which suggested Mr. Knight said Mark Golding is not fit to become Prime Minister. Mr. Knight demanded an apology. Dr. Tufton refused. Veteran PNP member and King's Counsel K.D. Knight wants millions if a court rules that Dr. Christopher Tufton maliciously played an alleged manipulated recording at a Halfway Tree JLP rally, a clip that alleges that Knight found the PNP president unfit to be Prime Minister. The defamation suit was filed Wednesday by Knight's lead litigator, Bert Samuels.
So we had no other choice but to go to litigation. So the litigation is that Dr. Tufton has been put on notice that it is a manipulated recording. He has failed to apologize, and it has created damage for K.D. Knight. You know, we are in an election season. For you to decry the leader of the opposition, you're actually attacking the right to a free and fair election. That's part of what the pleadings have said, that Dr. Tufton has breached the constitutional rights of Mr. K.D. Knight because Mr. Knight enjoyed a good character before.
Knight is seeking exemplary and aggravated damages for defamation, vindicatory damages, costs, including attorney fees, and any further relief the court deems fit.
It's general damages. We know that in previous cases, for example, when P.J. Patterson sued nationwide, myself and Katie Knight represented P.J. Patterson, and we were awarded $12 million some 14 years ago. So that is going to be a multi-million claim. It's, a deception, and therefore the damages should be substantial.
The senior defense attorney issued a warning amid the political campaign before the September 3 elections, reminding Section 91 of the Representation of the People Act, ROPA, speaks to such breaches as an offense.
So there are laws in place that if you speak and attribute dishonest things about your opponent, then it's a criminal offense. So I would caution those on the platform on both sides, both parties, that speak the truth, and people will respect the truth. And if it turns out that you were misled, be man up or woman up and concede that you were misled.
And further apologize. Meantime, when CVM News sought a reaction to the latest measure from the JLP campaign chair, he shared,
"So once the matter becomes a court issue, then I leave it to my lawyers. So I really have no other comment on the matter. My lawyers are the best people. Once it becomes court, I'm not a lawyer, so I take legal advice and I leave it to them to follow. But they have actually written and or responded, and they will follow through on it. So it's not a court matter. We carry on. I'm in a campaign, and I want to keep focused on the campaign."
Dr. Tufton has retained the services of the Kingston-based firm Bryan & Bryan. His lead counsel in the suit is senior partner Anthony Bryan, KC, assisted by associates Marlene Smith and Devon Hamilton. After weeks of anticipation, the Jamaica Labour Party has confirmed that its long-awaited manifesto will soon be unveiled. The announcement was made at a JLP media briefing this afternoon. Akeem Art has this story. And we'll get back to that story later on. With Election Day fast approaching, there are lingering questions about whether persons without their voter's ID will be allowed to cast their ballots. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is assuring the country that no elector will be turned away on September 3. Raymond Morrison has the details.
President of the Jamaica Teachers.
Voter ID, no problem. The word from the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ to Jamaicans who want to vote but do not have a voter's ID. Director of Elections Glasspool Brown says as long as your name appears on the voters list, you will be able to cast your ballot.
What happens? They need to present your voter's ID card. Normally that's what's expected as a means of identifying you as an elector. If you don't have the card, if your name is on the voters list, you will be allowed to vote. But in that case, you'd have to take an oath. A number of ID cards remains in offices across the island, and therefore we still urge persons to pick up their ID cards before election day.
We apologize for the audio issues. Chairman of Citizens Action for Free and Fair Elections Cafe, Grace Baston, says observers are ready for Election Day. She says it was smooth sailing on Nomination Day despite minor traffic issues near some polling centers. Carla Ramdeen has this report.
Chairman of Citizens Action for Free and Fair Elections Cafe, Grace Baston, says the nomination day exercise went smoothly. However, she noted concerns posed by the traffic congestion near some polling centers.
I myself, it took me 1 hour to move from Papine to Gordontown Road where I live because of just the road completely blocked. So, and that wasn't isolated.
But Baston says this did not stop cafe observers from being in every parish. Now they're gearing up for the election. Baston explains that the observers are well trained and equipped to cover the September 3 elections.
So our training process involves our volunteers. We use training videos. Much of our training these days is online, though we do have option for face-to-face. Then every other observer is required to complete a quiz and to be able to be recognized as successfully trained, you have to have almost 100% for that. So all of that takes place online.
This while adding that they're able to remain nonpartisan because of the screening done by the organization.
We do background checks from our office because you obviously have to have a referee, you have to have somebody, you have to have references. And then one of the criteria that we insist on is that, yes, you will have your political preference, but you can't be a party activist.
The cafe chair says observers report to the polling station before it opens to observe and comment on the proceedings. She adds that they're also required to make reports throughout the day to provide real-time data on activities.
That information goes directly to our data center, is collated in real time, and we are able to issue usually some kind of release by around 11 o'clock, talking about the state of readiness of the polling stations, how the EOG officials are operating, whether or not there have been any irregularities, whether or not any incidents, untoward.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
And Carla now joins us in studio to share more on this story. Right, Carla?
Hi, Nika. So, Cafe will have over 600 observers on the ground. Most of those will be in the polling station, and they're targeting constituencies where they say the race is going to be close.
All right, so we'll get more from Carla as the races get into high gear. But a group of citizens associations is demanding that the leaders and all candidates seriously commit to addressing several issues, including improper development and housing ahead of the general election. Citizens' Rights to the City published an open letter to both major political parties outlining the issues. We hear more from Carolyn Brown.
I want to make it clear that we are not, about supporting one party or the other. We really are about people-centered leadership and responsible leadership.
From that position, Citizens' Rights to the City CRC member Sandra Walter Glasgow wants commitments to 6 critical issues the group has identified. Coming at this time, though, when there are 3 political debates already planned.
And hopefully they will be, prepared. But we certainly want to lend our voice. So there may be issues that concern us, which may not come up in the debates. And we want everybody to understand that, we have an organization of that includes many communities, that we want to ensure that our voices are heard.
So among the open call for smart, safe, inclusive communities, affordable housing so citizens won't be priced out, better disaster risk management, local area development plans, and improvements for deplorable road infrastructure.
We want to offer what we call a blueprint for a more just, sustainable, and livable Jamaica. We've had in the past many promises of actions that our leaders are going to take. And we want to remind them that, these are the issues that are of concern.
Great. And in the meantime, you wait and see.
Well, that's all we can do.
Carolyn Brown, CVM News.
More CVM News at 7 in a moment.
Every child deserves a home filled with love. When hope meets heart, a new journey begins.
Welcome home, David.
Welcome, David. Make it your own.
Family is built on moments shared.
Go, David, yes!
Every smile and every shared moment connects us with a brighter future. Here, you're not just welcomed, you're family. Foster hope, foster love, foster a child today. Contact the CPFSA for more information.
The following is paid for by the People's National Party.
Prematurity is a medical condition, not a cause of death. I am not speaking to you as just a politician, not as a PNP, not as a doctor, but as a Jamaican. We must put Jamaicans first. We must modernize hospitals and clinics, expand primary care, train and keep more nurses and doctors, strengthen maternal and child health, and expand mental health services, and no Jamaican should be left without care. Jamaica, time come for a better life.
The proceeding was paid for by
Thanks so much for staying with us. Still on politics, for decades, Jamaica's political landscape has been dominated by two giants, the governing Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party. As Jamaicans prepare to head to the polls once again, could the winds of change ever blow in favor of a third? Amoy Harriet picks up that story.
For generations, Jamaican politics has been a two-party show.
Third term, not a fourth. PNP on the way, PNP power.
But will the curtains ever rise on a third party? The Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, and People's National Party, PNP, have alternated power for centuries, creating a deeply entrenched two-party system. There have been several third parties that have emerged over the years. None have managed to last.
The two-party system has become so embedded in our socio-political culture that it will be very difficult for a third party to emerge.
Attempts by a third party to win an election dates as far back as 1995, when former JLP leader Bruce Golding formed the National Democratic Movement, NDM. The party contested in the 2016 general election, but didn't win any parliamentary seats. This time around, two other parties, the Jamaica Progressive Party JPP and the United Independence Congress UIC, are stepping into the ring for that same fight. Notably, UIC has been around since 2019 but didn't contest the 2020 general election. Now both the JPP and UIC have nominated candidates for next month's election.
Given the fact that the two parties have an history over 62 years, it is obvious that not much have changed between the two for the good and the benefit of the people. JPP is offering real change.
But it's change that political commentator Lloyd B. Smith says should have been introduced to the electorate years ago.
What that third party should be doing is embarking on a massive public education campaign to get persons to understand their vision, their philosophy, their way of doing things, right? So that by the time election comes around, there would have been some amount of permeation in the system. At this last minute now, cannot compete with the noise. It's a race.
And wouldn't expect an athlete to come into a race just a few days or weeks before the race. He's going to start training on the track.
That aside, Mr. Smith says Jamaica's current voting system makes it almost impossible for a third party to gain power. The country currently uses a first-past-the-post voting system, which favors two major parties, as winning requires concentrated support in constituencies as opposed to broad popularity. He thinks a proportional representation system would work better in favor of third parties.
Proportional representation allows for any party that is able to get a certain proportion of the overall electoral votes to then be assigned seats in Parliament.
And Mr. Smith says in order to get the attention of electors, third parties should focus on making a change in key national issues, such as the ongoing constitutional reform matter. Still, difficult as the road may be, the JPP says it's not relenting come September 3.
The power is not in the hands of the two parties. It is in the hands of the people. And we are saying, come on now, Jamaicans, believe, act, and vote JPP.
Amoy Harriet reporting for CVM News.
As the People's National Party continues its campaign tour across the country, PNP President Mark Golding addressed the constituents of Westmoreland Central, where Dwayne Vaz is preparing to go up against George Wright of the Jamaica Labour Party. Crystal Williams has the updates.
The things I just want to mention. We're going to beat them bad. We're not beat woman with stool, we beat them with everything that we have. Because we are get rid of them. They're not going to have no more talk in Westmoreland. They're not going to have no more talk in Jamaica.
The opposition leader toured sections of Westmoreland Central on Wednesday, where Dwayne Vaz is going up against George Wright of the JLP. Mark Golding informed constituents about the plans he has for housing and land titling reform in the constituency should Vaz be elected.
We're going to establish a special deposit fund for young people in the NHT so that any first-time buyer of a home up to 45 years old will qualify for a $500,000 grant, money they will not have to repay, courtesy of the People's National Party government, as long as they've been in the National Housing Trust for at least 2 years.
The party leader also reminded constituents of the records being held by each party in relation to economic restoration and financial development.
The Prime Minister has been going around making speeches about how the Jamaica Labour Party rescued the economy of Jamaica. That is a complete falsehood. At the beginning of 2012, the government of Jamaica under the Labour Party had crashed the economy. We took a year to restore confidence in the IMF. So by the time that we left office in March 2016, the economy was back on the right track. The debt had come down from 147% of GDP.
Golding also bashed the Labour Party for its decision to embrace the incumbent MP candidate George Wright, who was accused of alleged assault of a woman in Hanover. He says the PNP plans to combat this with impeachment legislation.
Because we don't want to see a situation again where a member of parliament can be caught on video beating a woman with a stool, bad, and nothing don't come out of it, and they even running him again as a candidate. It's a shame and disgrace on the people of Westmoreland and the people of Jamaica.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
And with Election Day fast approaching, there are lingering questions about whether persons without their voter ID cards will be allowed to cast their ballots. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is assuring the country that no elector will be turned away on September 3. Here now is Raymond Morrison with the details.
No voter ID, no problem. The word from the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ to Jamaicans who want to vote but do not have a voter's ID. Director of Elections Glasspool Brown says as long as your name appears on the voters list, you will be able to cast your ballot.
What happened? They need to present your voter's ID card. Normally, that's what is expected as a means of identifying you as an elector. If you don't have a card, if your name is on the voters list, you will be allowed to vote. But in that case, you'd have to take an oath.
But the Director of Elections is still urging electors to collect their cards ahead of the polls, noting that having the voter ID makes the identification process at polling stations faster and smoother.
A number of ID cards remains in offices across Ireland, and therefore we still urge persons to pick up their ID cards before election day.
The EOJ says nearly 120,000 ID cards are still waiting to be picked up island-wide. Many of these cards belong to electors who registered as far back as 2016, cards that expired in 2019 but were extended until 2021. Still, the message from the EOJ is simple. Don't wait until September 3. Collect your card now. And while the announcement may provide some clarity, online, many Jamaicans are still raising questions. At Garden Time said, "So my question is, if a person did not sign up to vote on election day, can that person still vote with his or her name on the voters list?" And CD scratched outline, if you don't have a valid voter's ID but already registered to vote, go to the EOJ website to locate your polling station. Meanwhile, Bear Them Up questioned, what if the ID is expired? Mr. Brown says safeguards are in place, and the only thing that matters is that your name is on the voters list. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
For years, entertainers have been the lifeblood of Jamaica's culture, but many have struggled without basic health coverage. Now that's about to change. The Entertainment Ministry, in partnership with Guardian Life Limited, has rolled out the Jamaica Entertainers and Creatives Plan, a first-of-its-kind health insurance scheme in the Caribbean. Raymond Morrison has the details.
Now, this is a plan where you don't have to give anything. You just have to continue to be committed Jamaicans in building the industry and contributing to the development of your country and the development of your craft.
The contract, signed by Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Babsy-Grange and Guardian Life Group President Eric Hosin, marks a historic step in providing health insurance coverage for Jamaica's entertainers and creatives. Among the first to receive the health cards were David McDermott, popularly known as Kukudu, singer George Nooks, storyteller Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, and musician Billy Mystic, among others. The new plan, called JSIP, the Jamaica Entertainers and Creatives Insurance Plan, comes with comprehensive coverage, building on a previous life insurance initiative with Guardian Life.
We signed a contract earlier which covered life and personal accident, but although we did that, I felt it was incomplete, that we needed to cover health. So today, you're going to get your health card, some of you. You can't just go to the doctor and what you do, you just swipe your card, right? And that's major.
Minister Grange then stressed that while the benefits are not millions, they're essential, giving coverage to many who previously had none.
Right now, I know that many don't have insurance. You neither have health insurance nor life insurance. If I were to ask you to put up your hands, I don't want to embarrass anybody, but if I were to ask you to put your hands up, to say who is covered by insurance? Right, 1 and 2.
She also used the opportunity to highlight the fact that Jamaica is now leading the region, being the only CARICOM country to implement such an initiative for the creative community.
In fact, no small island developing states or developing countries have instituted a similar program. This program is unique to us.
Mr. Hosin underscored that the agreement is more than just a formality, but a promise of protection and peace of mind for artists.
It provides a foundation of security, dignity, and peace of mind to those who often work outside traditional employment structure, but contribute immensely to the culture and economic life of our nation.
The plan has been welcomed by entertainers who turned out in large numbers to the signing ceremony at the ministry, applauding what they say is a long overdue benefit for the creative sector. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
We take a break. Stay with us.
It's Feel Good Days at Courts with up to $70,000 off select items. Get an Eleanor dresser and nightstand combo for only $39,999. Queen mattress and base combo starting at $67,999. A Mave fridge stove and microwave combo for only $112,999. Or a 75-inch TCL Smart TV and soundbar combo for $149,999. Plus get 20% off or a $10,000 book voucher with select credit purchases. It's Feel Good Days at Courts, bringing value home. Offers in August 24. Conditions apply.
Deadlines slipping? Projects veering off track? It's time to take control. Start with expert-led project management training from Project Management Global Institute. Gain the skills to plan, lead, and deliver projects on time and on budget. Turn chaos into clarity and stress into success. Explore opportunities today by contacting 876-754-3764 or www.pmglobalinstitute.com.
When we are working together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment you share is finger licking good.
The Time by KFC is...
Working together, come and work it together. Working together, work it together. We are working together when everybody out. Fried chicken, we are pre-bucket for the crew. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Spicy original when we online.
Bucket together to the new dance craze. Taste explosion bursting with flames.
When we are working together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment you share is finger licking good. Working together, come and work it together.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
All roads lead to a better Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party is doing more for you with better roads, plus safer and more affordable commutes. We've rolled out over 270 new JUTC buses and the first national rural school bus system. Vote for lower fares, cleaner fuel, more routes, and disability access. Don't turn back now. The green light means go. Put your X beside the bell.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
I'm Giovanni Dennis, and this is CVM News.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these four boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
Welcome back. Tonight on Tech Pulse, from artificial wombs to AI-driven fertility insights, we are charting the technologies set to rewrite the global birth rate story. Global fertility rates are falling. Scientists and startups are racing to harness AI, robotics, and wearables to help couples conceive and carry healthy pregnancies. In Tech Pulse tonight, we spotlight breakthroughs pushing the boundaries of reproductive care. And like many women awaiting the good news, let's get a checkup. First stop, Guangzhou, China. Surrogates be gone. This as Kaiwa Technologies' pregnancy robot pairs an artificial womb fluid system with an umbilical cord interface. This advanced move promises a full-term gestation alternative that undercuts traditional surrogacy costs.
Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation.
And just north of the equator, Singapore's Institute for Reproductive Medicine reported the first full-term human gestation in a synthetic womb environment, opening doors for high-risk pregnancies. And naturally, many are already weighing in.
Or you might think artificial wombs can be used for terrible things, like to control how people have kids or to breed babies.
This means that you can manufacture children in factories.
Or you might think pregnancy is important and special. We could never replicate that connection with technology, and we shouldn't try.
If you are frightened of an artificial womb replacing you, we got some competition now.
There's going to be a dispute about natural birth versus artificial birth.
Or on the more good side, you might think pregnancy is a risk. Childbirth kills 800 women around the world every day. Or you might think pregnancy holds women back. There's evidence to suggest that the wage gap is mostly a motherhood penalty.
While this might sound like a fortune, it's far less than the $100,000 to $200,000 often associated with human surrogacy in the United States. The doctor says a prototype should be ready within the next year, with a public debut planned soon after. While it raises ethical and societal questions, the pregnancy robot could mark a turning point in how families are formed, offering new options where few previously existed. We'll have more on tech impacting fertility and family life anon. So join us next week. This is Tech Pulse, and remember, the future is now. We take a break. More CVM News in a moment.
Do it for your best life. Go check your HIV status. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Aussie, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
The Jamaica Debates Commission presents the General Elections Debates in association with Scotiabank, For Every Future, Kendall, The Taste of Quality, Flow, NCB, Arc Manufacturing, Water, Lasca Foundation, Pan Jamaica Group, Miss Birdie, H&L Homes, and VM Group. See the two major political parties debate national issues live August 23, 26, and 28 at 9 p.m. It's a political must-see. Don't miss the General Elections Debates presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission. Watch, listen, decide, vote.
Welcome to sports. I am Jordan Fort. CVM TV